What's up everybody, it's Mia back with another video. Since it is the holiday season, I thought that I should share a story that is forever embedded in my brain. I will never forget this happening to me. I know the people that I was with will never forget this happening to them. It was tragic, okay? Like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section below, and let me know how you like it.
Rami, shorty a ballad, mommy. I'm with the gang and we wildin'. Tell me your man, what's your science? Sour the air, no I got it. What you need, I provide it. Rami.
So for those of you who do not know, I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I also went to college in Buffalo as well, but I lived on campus. So most of my friends, I met them on campus, and they're basically from out of town. One year, I believe it was my senior year of college, a couple of my friends and myself decided that we were going to take a trip to go to New York City for New Year's Eve. Buffalo and New York City is not too far away. It's about maybe like a 6 to 8 hour drive depending on who's driving, where you're going, etc. So we picked up, we decided we were going to take my car at the time. The trip there from Buffalo was fine. No complaints, no problems, no issues, no nothing. Mind you, we went there for New Year's Eve. The main point of the trip was to have a good time on New Year's Eve. Everything started to go left that night. Myself and two of my girlfriends, we decided to go to a party in, I think it was in Queens at the time, New Year's Eve. We get the tickets to go to this party, like $15 each, nothing too crazy. Got our fits picked out, everything. Thought we were about to be mad cute, have a good time, be drinking, partying, dancing, vibing, gallivanting, you feel me? Doing all the good stuff that people are supposed to do on New Year's Eve, and that turned out to be a zub. We get to the party and the line is mad long. Now, we seen the line when I was driving. The line's already long, it's a dub, whatever. We find parking, we get in line. Standing in line for like I want to say an hour. We end up getting in. We're in the party for maybe like 30 minutes. Party just started. And something happened and we ended up basically getting kicked out of the party. So now my mood is set, okay? My mood is set. I am pissed. I'm ready to go. I'm just ready for 2020 to be over already. It just started. So, long story short, we leave the party because we got kicked out. Next morning, we're getting ready to leave. It's New Year's Day, guys. We packed our things, we packed the car, we're all ready to go home back to Buffalo, and we're about 4 hours out from the city. So that means we're probably halfway through our trip at this point, and we all needed to just stop at a McDonald's to use the bathroom, get food, stretch our legs. I guess stopping at McDonald's was a bad idea, because that's when things went left again. That is when it went left again. We all get our food. I want to say we were in McDonald's maybe like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Get back in the car. At this point, myself and another friend of mine switched spots, so I'm no longer driving. He's driving. I take a nap at this point. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm napping. Pretty sure mouth was open and all. That's how tired I was. And the only reason I woke up is because I felt my vehicle stop. And we're just sitting there. Just sitting there. So, I turned to my friend that's driving, and I'm like, why did you stop? Like, what are you doing? He lets me know, like, I didn't stop. The car stopped. What do you mean the car stopped? He's trying to explain to me he doesn't know why. It just stopped accelerating in the middle of the street, so he pulled over so we wouldn't get into an accident. So clearly, all of us are not scared, but we're just kind of freaked out a little bit and a little bit overwhelmed by the situation. Me personally, I was frustrated with several different things at the moment. I had other people's well-being in my hands. I had my vehicle that I had to deal with. And needless to say, we're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where we are. There's literally just trees. There's no buildings. There's no normal people. There's no nothing. There's just trees and street. So myself and the driver at the time decided to call a tow truck. So we called the tow truck. Tow truck takes about like 2 hours to get there, right? We're waiting like an hour and a half, 2 hours for this tow truck to arrive, and we see a tow truck coming up the thruway. We're thinking it's our tow truck. That wasn't the case. The tow truck flies past us and goes towards this other car that's up the road. We all just look at each other like, oh, okay. That ended up being our tow truck, and they went to the wrong car, and they had to send us a new tow truck. Now that means we had to wait another hour and a half, 2 hours, because we're in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows where we're at. We finally get the tow truck. It's here, and we all load up in this man's truck, and he takes us to the nearest auto shop. The nearest auto shop was, I believe, like 5 minutes up the road, so it wasn't too expensive to tow over there. Needless to say, it was New Year's Day. Things are not open on New Year's Day, and things are not open on New Year's Day in places that aren't supposed to be open anyways. Thank God that this auto shop was actually open for another 10 minutes. We go in, we tell them what's going on. They basically let me know, like, hey, we can't do anything tonight. It's New Year's Day. We're about to close, but we can look at it first thing tomorrow morning. I'm kind of relieved because now we have at least some type of solution for the time being, but now we have to figure out where we're going to stay tonight. We're in the middle of nowhere. We basically end up finding this little rinky-dink hotel that is probably, like, again, 15 minutes up the road. Everything's so close together, I don't know why. I go to this hotel. It's like a normal Holiday Inn, and we're checking in. Now, I get a phone call, so I step to the side. My 3 friends at the time, they're at the front desk checking in. So they go upstairs. I'm on the phone still, and by the time I get off the phone, they're coming back down the stairs from the hotel. Go to my friends, and I'm like, yo, did we get a room or not? Did you, what's good? My one friend, she goes, bro, you don't even want to go up there. Like, you do not want to see what that looks like. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's mold on the walls, apparently. It smells like smoke in the room. There's bugs all over the place. It was just gross. The tub was dirty. There was stains all over the rugs. The bed looked nasty. So they were basically like, it's a dub. We're not staying in there. And you need to get us a new room. Okay, they didn't really say it like that. They basically just told the lady at the front desk that it was nasty and we needed a new room. The woman at the front desk, she does give us a new room. We head upstairs and we're ready to take ourselves to bed so we can just get on with our day. We spend the whole night in the hotel. The room that we got wasn't much better than the first one. Allegedly, I can't really speak because I didn't see it, but whatever, it did the job for the night. We wake up early in the morning the next day. We get ready to go. We're literally showered, dressed, ready to go. And we head over to the auto shop to pick up my vehicle. We pick up my car, and the man tells me that there's nothing wrong. They ran the tests, and there's nothing wrong with the car. They just put some oil in it and called it a day. I was like, really? Like, that's it? We get back on the road, and not even 45 minutes after we get back on the road from the auto shop to go back to Buffalo, my car stops accelerating again on the thruway. I thought nothing was wrong, Mr. Auto Shop Man. We end up getting my vehicle pushed off of the side of the thruway somehow into a Burger King parking lot. Why do we end up in fast food restaurants throughout this whole entire story is beyond me, but I'm gonna thank the Lord for that one. We end up in a parking lot where there's basically there's a whole bunch of truckers. It's probably like a truck stop or close to a truck stop, and this one trucker, he comes up to myself and my friends and he asks us if we need help. My one friend, he goes and he steps to the side and he starts explaining to the trucker like what's going on and why we need assistance, and then they're just chatting back and forth. The trucker comes over to me and he lets me know that he has like someone that can help us tow my car to a dealership, and the closest dealership is like 45 minutes away, but it's going to cost like a certain amount of money. So I am going to let you guys know right now, I was broke. I did not have a dime to me at this point, not to spend, like my trip money was long gone, and I just didn't have the money to do this right now. This was not something that I was ready to pay for. I ended up paying $200 after hours of sitting in Burger King with my friends for this man to tow my vehicle to the nearest dealership. I must reiterate, It's the weekend of New Year's Eve / New Year's Day. Things are not open. And things are not open in West Bubble, okay? So we get to the dealership, and my mindset at this point is I'm ready to get home. If they can't fix my vehicle right now, I'm gonna buy a new one. Myself and my one friend walk into the dealership, and we explain the situation that's going on, and the man that speaks back to me is very, very rude. He basically cuts me off and says, we're like closing in 30 minutes anyways. We can't do anything for you, and we can't get you a new car anyways. I said, please don't interrupt me ever again in your life. It's been 2 days of dealing with nonsense, and you're gonna tell me you can't do anything for me? Okay. Ultimately, what ended up happening is my vehicle ended up staying at that dealership, and they were gonna fix it whenever they could. We were still asked out for the night. At this point, it had to be like 7-8 o'clock at night. This was an all-day event yet again. So we needed to figure out how to get home today. We finally got an Uber from the dealership to Binghamton Airport. It's like 25 minutes away from each other. Once we get to Binghamton Airport, we finally get a rental car so we can take our asses home and be in Buffalo to be bored again. On the way home from the Binghamton Airport to Buffalo, of course I get a ticket. So yeah, guys, that was my weekend in the city. The weekend that I got stranded in the middle of nowhere. Don't recommend it to anybody else. That's all for tonight, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know if you like it in the comments below, and I will see y'all later.